Lyrics! A guide of how to use the devices of metaphor. Metaphors and extended metaphors, idioms, personification and apostrophe, ambiguity and multidimensional writing, and complex versus simple phrasing. And not only are your songs to be more imaginative, but you're also going to know rhetorical analysis 101. I mean, where do you think I learned half those terms from? My brain? No. I learned them from my AP Lang teacher.
Hi, this is Myah, Ryan's editor here. I just wanted to apologize to those of you who may be traumatized by the mention of AP Lang due to things like overdue homework or bad teacher. I also wanted to clarify that Ryan has been songwriting long before AP Lang, and these terms are just to give a little boost to your writing.
Like apostrophe? Hell no. I didn't read for fun, but now I write for fun. So, what is a metaphor, you might ask? And I'll ask back.
Oh, what got you interested? I'm delighted you asked.
As you all know, a metaphor is equating something to something else. It's basically an analogy so that more people can understand it. That is the purpose of a metaphor, and therefore the purpose of an extended metaphor. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I guess it was my own beloved voice. But a metaphor, equates two things, and an extended metaphor uses that same equate throughout the entire song. An example of this, we can look at Clarabelle, where each verse kind of explores a new person. You look like Clarabelle, you look like Stevie Nicks, and you look like Taylor Swift. Those are all perfect. That's a perfect example of an extended metaphor. It equates two things, and its purpose is to make sure that I can understand what you're talking about, because maybe I don't know what you're feeling, but if you equate it, and maybe even you use imagery too. Beautiful. Next up, the double spawn. Idioms. Well, they're not really double spawns, but do you see what I did there? Because double spawn's an idiom. Ooh! Basically, an idiom is a very common phrase. Again, guys, if you didn't go to first...
I am so excited to be teaching you idioms, and I love you whether you know what an idiom is or not.
But if you really want to know, an idiom is a very common saying that's kind of like a metaphor, but very different. It's raining cats and dogs. Everyone who says that?
For those offended, I have since informed Ryan that lots of people say it is raining cats and dogs.
I don't. I've never heard somebody say that before. I swear to God, school was lying to us. Anyways, two main things of an idiom. Firstly, overuse. Don't overuse idioms because it makes your writing seem unoriginal, and you really do want to go for originality. And secondly, idioms are also a great way, like metaphors, to explain to somebody a concept without directly explaining them with words. They get to interpret it a little bit and have some fun with that. Next up, personification and apostrophe. So this is a very special type of metaphor where we basically give an inanimate object feelings. Like this ground here, for example, if we refer to it as a face. Sorry, I just thought I saw a balloon. I just think I want
candy.
Guys, I guess I'm on the highest order drug. You get it later. The point is, personification is giving it something inanimate. Animacy, life, beauty. I would really feel bad if this was a face because I'm stepping on it. And sorry guys, had to get that out of my system. Sorry ground. But now that it is out of my system, an example of personification, would be giving the ground personification. This is really helpful if you're writing about an inanimate object or a concept like reputation or love. You're writing about a raw emotion, but you want to give it a trait so that you can maybe bully it or be nice to it. Ambiguity and multidimensional writing. What is ambiguity, you might be asking? The ambiguity is when a word can have multiple meanings, multi-dimensions, so you get more than one point across. Now, it's really hard to find one that comes to mind immediately, but it's just when a line or a sentence can have more than one meaning, and you want it to purposefully, so you can get more than one emotional lens or concept across. Now, let's play with some words. Firstly, I guess I don't know why I said firstly. There's a really big thing that I think of when I'm writing a song, and that's what I like to refer to as complex versus simple phrasing. It's kind of like how much imagery I use in a song or how much complex vocab I use in a song. So for example, my 4th or 5th album, I can't remember which, uses a lot of simple phrasing, and those are a bunch of simple sentences like you might find in Speak Now. For example, come on, don't leave me like this, I thought I had you figured out. That is simple phrasing, and is usually used a lot with melodical writing because it's kind of easier to write in a way because you don't have to think of all these big fantastical words and make them fit into the rhyme scheme and internal rhythm. Simple phrasing is really good because the words are simple versus complex phrasing, which is the complete opposite. How you have these really big, fancy, like for example, the lyric "psychotics and hallucinogens don't compare to your high." That has complex phrasing, and you guys will figure that lyric out later. But that is complex phrasing. Sorry guys, it's so fucking cold out here, and I know my video filmer is having a lot of trouble right now. You guys should give us like $50,000 so we can buy an outdoor heater. That'll just heat up the entire. That's so getting cut. Okay, tech millionaires are gonna love that, guys. But basically, complex writing is very heavy in imagery, very heavy in complex words. Simple writing, not so much complex imagery. More like country songs with their car metaphor. That's very unoriginal. I'm sorry, basic. I'm sorry. That is a great example of simple phrasing, and I do both, by the way. You can do both, and you can mix them up. You can have one. Maybe the chorus is complicated, verses are simple, other way around. Maybe you're all simple. Maybe you're all complex. I don't care. It's your song. Do what you want. So basically, I taught you how to use an extended metaphor and a metaphor, idioms, personification and apostrophe, ambiguity and multidimensional writing, and the difference between complex and simple phrasing. Bye. Wait, why are you still watching? Okay, bye.